Putin News Today. Putin expresses his thoughts on the mass shot in Moscow. According to Russian President Vladimir Putin, the perpetrators of the terrorist attack on the Moscow concert hall, which killed at least 115 people, attempted to get assistance from Ukraine. In his Saturday statement, Putin stated that all of the individuals in question had been detained en route to Ukraine, where early reports indicate that a window had been prepared to cross the international border, though he refrained from openly blaming Kyiv. So yet, Newsweek has been unable to confirm Putin's assertions, following Friday night's assault on Crocus City Hall, where masked individuals barged in and began firing at concertgoers. The Islamic State group took responsibility for the incident. The United States of America took the Islamic State's assertion as seriously. 20 hours subsequent to the incident, Putin made his remarks. There will be updates to this story as new information becomes available, accusing Western intelligence of direct complicity in the slaughter at a Moscow music hall that has left hundreds injured and at least 115 people dead. Kremlin propagandist Margarita Simonyan made the accusation. Armed men stormed Crocus City Hall on Friday night and began firing shots. The Islamic State organization has taken credit for the incident. The United States, which earlier this month warned of a possible terrorist strike, has now stated that this scenario is plausible. Western intelligence agencies knew yesterday that the criminals were comparable to ISIS, said Simonyan, RT's editor-in-chief and a Putin friend, in a post on Facebook and Telegram. For that reason, they began providing this variant with food once again. They were well informed on the artists. Prior to their detention, Simonyan emphasized. This is an example of active engagement. The reason the American media unanimously said that it was ISIS yesterday is now crystal clear, she stated in a subsequent piece. We can rule out ISIS here. The only difference is that the performers were handpicked to fool the naive international community into thinking it was ISIS, Simonyan continued. Western intelligence services began to convince the populace that it was ISIS even before the arrests, even before the names of the culprits, she wrote. She said, this is a well-coordinated team of several other, also highly known abbreviations, but did not provide any further details. One of the accused suspects was questioned by police and, according to Simonyan, offered 5,000 rubles, $5,400, to carry out the attacks. When asked about his day, he says, we shot people. He responds with for the money when asked why in the unverified video, the assaults are the subject of both claims and counterclaims. Ukrainian military intelligence claimed on Friday night that Moscow had plotted to implicate Ukraine in order to inflame the conflict and rally support for a new wave of citizen militias. Following the Moscow incident, the Russian Federal Security Service, FSB, released a statement claiming that the attackers intended to cross into Ukraine. Kyiv has deemed this claim absurd. The border area with Ukraine is full of special services and military, according to Andriy Yusov, spokeswoman for the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Directorate, who told the BBC. Recent clashes, which Russia has blamed on Ukraine, have taken place in the Belgorod region, which lies on the border with Ukraine.